How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Sunday. This is 7/13 and this is 2025. I just say this so that the TikTok Autobots understand that this is live. And so let's get the field set up for everybody. We're doing Skip the Line today, which is a new format that I'm going to start doing. Okay, so uh, with that, welcome to the space. This is not a space for urgency, for demands, or for looping questions asked out of desperation. This is a field of calm resonance, truth, and conscious choice. If you're here to truly witness yourself, to activate your own healing, and to walk deeper into your own path, then welcome. If you're here to just grab answers without presence, this is not the space for you. Uh, this space is clean. I broadcast from presence, not performance. I only, uh, those meant to hear me can. My field is not open for feeding, scanning, or mimicry. No desperation will enter. No confusion will stick. I speak and what needs to land does. All else slides off. So welcome for everybody who is just coming in here. Uh, if you're in here for real guidance exchange, I hold space for respect, generosity, and true connection only. During the lives, I do run a clean boundary around looping energy. And what is that? It's when somebody asks the same question over and over again mindlessly. It tells me they're not present and I don't read from the space. But since this is skip the line one, you can actually choose a $5, $10, or $15 option, and I will allow you to skip that line and you can go right up front. I still will be doing free readings here, but not everybody gets a free reading because I am not a vending machine. I don't promise readings. I only read where there's resonance in the now moment. And if you're looking for something deeper, I do offer the paid options. And what are those paid options? The paid options, the 5, 10, and 15 are $5. The $5 is a quick read. This skips you right to the line and gets your question answered. $10 is for a little bit deeper dive into that question. And 15 is for a light language healing, and it allows you to just move past everybody else. If you don't want to wait, if you don't have time, this gives you the option to do that. What you would do is you would do it either through PayPal or Venmo. You just DM me that you paid and put your question in. And when I say DM, you can just put it right into the comments and put your question in there, and I will check the phone, and if I see it, then we'll get on and you skip the line. So if you're sincere, show up with real energy, listen and receive. Sometimes I do read, sometimes I don't. Sometimes your message is in somebody else's pull. It's not personal, it's energetic. I've given this option for those who are desperate and want to loop. And generally, I deal with healing questions only, but if you want to do your X chasing questions, do they love me kind of questions, those are appropriate for the skip the line. And so with that, let's see who has a first question here. And we'll just keep on going down to who I see resonance with, and we'll go from there. All right, so who's going to jump in with the first question today? And while somebody is waiting to put in a first question, I am going to shuffle the deck. And remember, I am doing free questions and answers. It's just that if you don't want to wait, if you want to skip the line, I'm giving you some options to do so. And so with that, let's see who's going to come in with the first question. And make sure you are liking, following, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. And if you get a free one and it hits, hit the gift button a little bit. So let's see who's going to be the first person as I clear the decks, and we'll go from there. Spirit, please clear all these decks so that we have good energy. Looks like nobody wants to jump for the free question. Usually have about 50 or 60 people asking for a question today. So just put your question into the chat window, and then we'll go from there. So otherwise, I'll just pull a collective or two for everybody here while we're waiting for a real question. Looks like the cat got everybody's tongue. So, all right, Spirit, give me So Rachel, for the reconcile questions, those are the ones that I'm going to do skip the line, because what we do here on the free questions are about healing. They're about people who want to really understand what it is that they need to heal, things that are going to help them grow. Chasing somebody generally doesn't, but I'm happy to get that answer for you. You would have to do the skip the line on ones that are chasing X's. And so with that, let's see if we have any other questions. And for people here, it's what this channel is about. It's about healing, true healing. It's about what is it in your now. Like for say Rachel's question, the right question would be, what is it that is blocking me right now in love? Why is not the person I want coming in? And that's a question that's going to help somebody heal, not whether they're going to contact you. Because if they wanted to contact you, they mostly would. And so we don't need to wait by the phone for that, but what we can do is we can do that with our time, be very constructive. And as constructive is going ahead and actually, asking, okay, what is it that I need to work on while I'm in my waiting period, right? And then you can choose to wait or you can choose to have something else new come in. And those are choices that we all have to make, right? Because life is all about choices. This is all about choices. So, uh, who is going to ask another question? And let's try to keep it, like I say, healing focus. If you want to go to the X and do they love me's, then please do choose the skip the line option, because that option is available for that as well. And so, with that, does anybody have any stuff? Otherwise, I'm going to pull a collective message for now. So, Spirit, can you please give me collective message for people who are looking to see what is going on with themselves within love at this space? So, Spirit, acceptance is a key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There's no point trying to change that what is beyond our control. And this is a really tough one for a lot of us to accept, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that, you know, we want what we want, right? And we want that manifestation, that love to come in. But you know what? It's two people's free will. And so sometimes that's the part that's hard to accept, that you have to wait till you're in the right frequency for somebody to come in. And then they have to then choose whether they're going to come in or not. And that's part where we get all frustrated, like, why is love not coming in? And so what you have to do is just accept where you are. It's not a pleasant place. You have to sit with it. You have to sit with yourself on it, and you have to allow those emotions to process. And as you allow those emotions to process, then you start releasing some of the trauma that is preventing what's meant to come in. And then once you don't care so much, that's generally when it does show up. And that's the worst. That's the worst thing about it, because it's hard not to care, because you really want to have that love. You want to find that. Unfortunately, we have to find the love within ourselves most of the time to find the love outside of ourselves. And because our outside manifestations are all a reflection of what's inside of ourselves. And so with that, let's see if anybody else has any more questions. Otherwise, I'll do of the uh, some more collective reads. I might get a higher self message while we're waiting, and then maybe we'll do a pick a pile until somebody has a question. Do I have any messages for you? Let's take a look at Honey Mocha Sunday. Let me feel into the cards. Let's see which one I think. I think this one here, this big deck, is calling your name, and this is for Jen. And for everybody who is joining, I am doing free readings, free cards for people who come on. Not everybody is guaranteed a free reading. I just read on resonance. But if you don't want to wait and you want to skip the line, or you're with X chasing questions, then choose to skip the line, which is the 5, 10, or $15. And what is the 5, 10, or 15? 5 is one, card, a quick read. 10 is a 5 to 6 card multiple deck mini read, and then the $15 is for a light language healing. All right, so, and that allows you to get it right here in the now moment. You don't have to wait. You don't have to schedule. You don't have to wait in line. So for you, Jen, what the message you have is your message is carried in the breeze. Trust it to find its way. So Spirit is telling you, that's a kind of cryptic answer. Uh, your intuition is trying to get to you. It's trying to get you to download a message, but right now your mind's a little too busy to understand it. So what Spirit is asking you to do is quiet your mind enough so that you can allow that silent whisper to come through. So a good meditation would be good. I did just release a really nice meditation. It's for free. It's up on both YouTube channel, Silver Fox Spiritual, or also on my TikTok channel. I advise you to try it. It's 12 minutes long, doesn't take a lot of time, doesn't require visualization, doesn't require anything other than the willingness to connect to self. So I hope that helps you. And with that, let's see if we have any more questions. And so, Joanne, we don't do here X chasing questions. Now, if, or should I say, does somebody love me questions either, unless it's a paid one, right? So to skip the line. But what I can tell you is what's going on within your space that is blocking you in love at this now moment. And so let's see what we have that's going on. And for you, Spirit is saying, your problem is that you have to be open to different types of people because you may be surprised at who you find, right? And so Spirit's saying you're chasing people you know are not appropriate for you, but what you do is you chase them because you're not really ready for love yet, and so you're finding reasons why people can't uh, be in your circle. You usually probably friend zone everybody that is uh, properly appropriate for you. And Spirit saying it's time for you to relax and understand. Find out what is your type, your proper type, and be a little bit more open. It's probably because you're not too open to yourself, and you have to be open to yourself first before the love will come in. So I hope that helps you. Because what we do here, for the most part, is healing questions, questions that empower you, questions that are going to help you grow, not questions that feed into your illusion, right? I'm not the kind of reader that blows rainbows and unicorns all over the place. That makes you feel good for 5 minutes, but then the next 15 days where things don't come true because I blew a little bit of illusion up your butt is not what we want. We want you to actually find a way to grow, find a way to heal, find a way to get what you truly want. And so with that, please do make sure you are liking, following, sharing, subscribing. And if it hits, slam the gift button. And so let's see who else has some questions. I'm answering free questions here. I prefer the questions to be ones that are going to help you grow. Those are the ones that I truly do enjoy reading for people. And if you do want to skip the line when it gets busy, I have options for that as well. And so with that, let's see who has the next question here. So, Jessica, what is your highest good to know in this now moment? And that's a great question. That's something that is very, very, very important because yourself is always trying to tell you things, but we're not very good at listening. So for you, this is a higher self message, right? The flames of desire, let them shine out in a radiant light and shun the dark paths. So Spirit's saying, be careful about your desires and make sure that they are that of the light and not of the dark. Because if you look at this girl, right, she's got a kind of like an evil look to her. And you see there's a heart right there and there's the flames. And so with this, make sure that the thing that you're desiring right now is actually good for you. I hope that makes sense for you. And let's see who else has any questions here. We are doing free questions, one question per person. And just make sure you're liking, following, sharing, subscribing. And if the message did hit, make sure you're gifting too as well. And if anybody is looking to book something a little bit deeper, I have a couple options. The first one is the paid options on here where I'll stop the free readings and I'll give you an immediate up to a mini read or a light language healing. Or the other option is to book one after the fact, after the lives, and those are at silverfoxspiritual@gmail.com, or you can also go ahead and just send me a DM. And so let's see who else does have a question here. We are doing one question per person. I try to keep them to a healing question, something that is going to help you move in a positive way. And so with that, let's see who's the next question here. Otherwise, I'll pull another collective message. And let's see, where's my collective message cards? So while we're waiting, let's see who's got a collective message here. So Spirit, what do we have for the collective from the higher self? Give a card. All right. So we have, there are many doors that lead to the place that you truly belong. And so your higher selves, the collective higher selves, are saying that, there's a lot of opportunities here, right? And doesn't matter which door you choose, you have to choose something, right? Because we're always choosing in the now moment. And wherever that door that you choose is, it's going to take you to the place you truly belong. So you're going to get there. Some may be a windy road, some may be a straighter ride, but each choice then begets another choice, which begets another choice, which brings you to the place that you need to be. And that's for the collective from the higher selves. With that, do we have any other people who would like a question answered? Please just put your question in there. I am doing free questions and answers. However, it's a one card for a free question, and it has to be a question in resonance. So if you have a question, just put it in there. I just ask that we're not doing, for the free stuff, I'm not doing X chasing questions or do they love me type of stuff. That's that you can use the skip the line option for. And damn it, Clark, yes, let's get you a card. Let's see what we have for you. I feel it's out of this deck here. And let's see where we're at with this. So, Spirit. Let's see what we have here. So, for you, damn it, Clark, Spirit is saying it's time for you to love your journey. It may not feel the best in the world right now, but you have to be open to the idea of loving yourself a little bit more. And as you love yourself a little bit more, you're due for a glow up. You're due for something that's going to be positive abundance. So just keep pushing more love into yourself, and you will be in a great place. Please make sure you are liking, following, sharing, and subscribing. And Michelle, will I still be at my current job a year from now? All right. So, Michelle, one of the things I do ask here is that we only ask our question once. And the reason I ask that is because we are, everybody needs to be patient. There's a lot of people that want to get a question answered, and there's no reason to put it in twice because all that does is show that you're not fully present. You're just spamming a question. If you want that answered, that would have to be a paid one because you haven't followed the rules. The rules here are really pretty simple. I think I go over them a lot, right? In my rule, my number one rule is post your questions once. I do read them all. Repeating or spamming won't get you answered faster. It just generally gets you muted. If you need that answer, you're going to have to, at this live, you would have to do the skip the line, which is a 5, 10, or 15, and that would be a $5 quick one card read. Otherwise, come back in another one, and we'll go from there. And so the other ground rule I'm having here too is I'm not doing any X chasing questions. Are they going to come back? Are we going to reconcile? Do they love me? On anything but the skip the lines, because those aren't things that are going to empower you. And so Chris is asking, is Felicia going to move out or is she going to stay? So let's see what the energies say here for that one. And Spirit's saying for sure she is going to move out. So that's the answer that you have. Please make sure you are liking, following, sharing, and subscribing. And let's see. So you're asking, so RR, will I get a job? All right. So RR, I'll get you that question in a second, and I'm just gonna put the ground rules up again so everybody knows. It seems like we're starting to get some people who are ready to ask some questions. The quick ground rules. You post your question once. I read them all. Repeating or spamming will not get you answered faster. It will either get you muted or force your question over to the paid options. And for those that are asking about X chasing, will they come back? Do they love me? That kind of stuff. That is also going to be only delegated to the skip the line payments because I'm looking to answer for free questions that help you and empower you, not ones that are going to keep you stuck. And so RR is asking, will I get a job? So I know you're going to get a job, RR. It's just let's see when is the energies good for uh, that that section. And so with that, Spirit, when are the energies going to be good for RR to get a job? And for Kim, that's also something that's on a skip the line because that's not an empowerment. If you want to know when you're going to end up together, you're going to have to ask. Uh, you're basically going to have to ask. You can't. You have to ask that person. So January seems to be for you, RR, when the energies are good. Now, remember, timelines are only when we see it in this now moment. So when you ask, that's the timeline that's showing up in this now moment. That doesn't mean it can't change. And how does it change? It's by you changing your energy towards work. And you have to go within and find out why you don't really want to go to work. And then we'll go from there, right? And that's so don't take it as it's you're going to be stuck till January. Take it to there's something within you that you need to work on that's going to help you uh, from that space. And Rev Bernard, if you want that answer, ask Laura. Don't ask the cards. Cards are not going to give that. That's a bad energy question. Um, Sunita Samuel says, "Will I get back my back pay this year?" Let's find out. I hope you do. And just remember, everybody, please only ask your question once. I read them all. Repeating or spamming won't get you answered faster. It will get you muted. And anybody who would like to skip the line and actually get their question answered right away, then there's the $5, $10, and $15 options. So you can ask me about them. So, uh, Sunita, Spirit is saying for you, stop focusing on it because the more you focus on it, what happens is it starts pushing it away. What you have to do is change your energy around that space of the back pay because you do deserve that back pay. And what you want to do is you want to kind of just know that you're going to get it. And if you change your position and focus, the chances are that you will. And Tonya wants to know, will you get your disability soon? And so let's see. And for all those that are joining, the questions that I'm answering today for free are healing based, ones that are going to help you heal, not chase illusion. And you're also, so Tonya, you're also focusing too much on this, and you have to stop the focusing on it because the more you focus on it, the more it resists. And that's the awful thing about this, and this realm that we're in, the more we focus on things, we focus it as lack, and it just generates more lack. So just believe that you're going to get it. And so for those of you just joining, just remember that these are the free questions are only around healing questions, X chasing, is somebody jealous, is somebody whatever. Do they love me? Those are paid options. I will do them in a paid options. It's on the $5, $10, or $15 option. For those X chasing questions, it's usually about a $5 option, unless you want a deeper read, which you would go with the $10, which is multiple cards and multiple confirmations of the same energy. So with that, make sure you do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And so what we want to do is we want to ask questions that are going to empower you because this is a healing channel. I want to make sure that when you get an answer, you're getting an answer that's going to help you move forward in your life, not sitting there chasing or waiting for a phone call that never arrives. And so hopefully that will help everybody here and understand what I'm answering for free and what things are, what I would call paid reading. Today it's not a crazy line, so you don't have to worry about skipping the line, but I do have options where you want something deeper than one question. It's there available for you now, and I'll take the time, that it would normally take, because if I am just answering free questions, you only get one or so cards, and it only lasts a few minutes at best. And you're welcome, Tanya. So welcome, everybody. We are doing free one question per person. I'm limiting the questions to healing questions, things that are going to empower you, things that are going to help you grow, things to help you understand what it is in your field that is holding you back in this now moment. So those are the questions I'm going to field today. And how do you make a payment, Chantel? So if you look up on the screen, you'll see a PayPal or Venmo QR code. You just click it with your phone. If you don't want to do that, what you can also do is just look at my link tree. It's in my profile, and it'll have my PayPal links on there. It's a paypal.me or Venmo, and then you just send me in the chat. Hey, I just DM'd you, in the DM or the chat window here, a comment. Hey, I just gave you a payment, and then from there, we'll validate it on my phone, and we go for there. Denise, may you have a card? You absolutely may have a card. And so let's see what we have for you, Denise Lee. And Chantel, thank you for asking that question. Um, let's see what we have for you, Denise. So Denise, for you, your spirit, this is from your higher self. This is your time to step up and lead from your soul. So your higher self is saying, hey, it's time to step up. It's time to connect to yourself. It's time to really understand the things that your soul is trying to tell you. I have a free meditation, and this is for everybody here, not just Denise. That's up on my TikTok channel as well as on my YouTube channel, silverfoxspiritual. It's a 12-minute meditation, requires no visualization, requires no hearing, no seeing, no feeling. It just requires a willingness and an intent to connect to yourself. It takes about 12 minutes. Do try it. I think it's going to help a lot of people who have, struggle with meditation. I know I used to struggle forever with it. And so, Bobby Omar, let's see what we see in your future. I'm going to look at the energy and Bobo and Chinaresh, you both did what I tell everybody not to do, and so you won't get the free card. And the reason is that my ground rule is you post your question once. I read them all, but repeating or spamming doesn't get you answered faster. It just gets you muted. If you want a card, you would have to do the skip the line option until you come back again in better energies, because I need people to be patient, and this is why. Chantel, it's the PayPal. I give it to you in a second here, but it's paypal.me, and it is. Bear with me while I get it. But for everybody here, let's get you. I'm going to put the link tree in, and you'll be able to see it from here. If you go into that link tree, you'll be able to find it. And yeah, so for everybody here, I'm sorry, I just got to take a quick pause for a second. Just the ground rule, post your question once. I do read them all. Repeating or spamming doesn't get you answered faster. It does get you muted. I'm also, the other ground rule I have is that we're not going to be doing any X-chasing questions, any do they love me, do they care, are they jealous, because those aren't things that are empowering you. If you do want those options, I do have the guaranteed readings, which are the 5, 10, and 15 that you see up on the screen here. Those are my paid options, which I'll be willing to do in this now moment. But for the will they come back, I'm not really here to chase the ghosts. Really, it's about empowerment. But if you want to, we can delve into it. It's just basically a way for me to keep this healing focus. But if you want to delve into it, the paid options are there, and I will delve into it. And so Sarah would like a card. Let's get you a card, Sarah. So for you, Spirit is saying the Magician in the Mirror. And I'm going to hold this one up, and I usually hold this one up a lot. So the Magician in the Mirror, and why is it super important? Because on one side you see the magician with the magic, and the other side you see the mirror, right? And the mirrors that got the illusion. And so what happens when the magic and the illusion are there? You're not seeing the difference between what's truly creation, that which comes from love, and that which is illusion, that which comes from the darkness and the shadows. And so what Spirit is asking you to do is go within and clear yourself out a little bit. You've got some stuck energy, especially around your third eye and your crown. You need to go ahead and clear that, because right now you're in illusion. You're not really discerning the difference between what's real and what's not. I hope that helps you. And let me know if it. And Denise, thank you for the heart. I appreciate that. And so, Lori Aikakya, let's see what we have for you. I feel you have a higher self message. Okay, for you, Spirit is saying protect what you love. It's your duty and your responsibility. And you notice the card is all blue, so this means to really speak your truth about what's going on with people that you love. Uh, for you, it seems like you're not really speaking or telling them that. It's time for a throat chakra clearing for you. And that is uh, for Lori Aikaka. And so, Sarah, for developing mediumship, I don't really have any great advice for that. I'm not a medium. I don't choose to do mediumships. It's to me, it's a program, right? You're reading into some older energies. They're not the actual real energies because the minute people pass on, they come back and get recycled back into the illusion. So all you're really working on is working on an echo. So for me, that wasn't something I care to do. But if it's something that you enjoy, your best bet is to find somebody who is a really good medium and have them work with you on it. And Mars, well, I can't tell you where you're going to move because that's going to be a choice that you're going to have to make, and Spirit's not going to tell me what that choice is. But I can tell you when there's a time uh, that is conducive, and that fell right to the ground. And Spirit's saying it's worth waiting for you, Mars. Uh, You'll know it when the time hits it. You're going to just get an inspiration, but it's worth waiting for. And Andrew, again, that the X chasing questions are going to be around uh, the paid options. I'm only doing healing questions here, and you're welcome, Mars. And for those of you who are just joining, I'm just going to, go ahead and pop it in one more time. Right, the ground rules here are post your question once, I read them all. Repeating or spamming won't get you answered faster. What it will, however, do is it will absolutely get you to a place where I will mute you. If you need a reading right away, for if you need a reading right away, then what I ask you to do is go ahead and choose to skip the line options, and that one I'll do X chasing, but uh, outside of that, I won't for that. And then for Chantel, if you're still having problems with the PayPal, here is the link. That will get you to the PayPal, also my link tree. And hello, Big Mirage. How are you today? Did you have a question? And for this live, we are not doing X chasing questions unless you're doing the paid option. And the reason being is the free questions are all around people who want to heal, who want to find out what is in their space that needs to be adjusted, not about whether somebody's in love with you or whether they slept with somebody else or anything like that, because that's not going to empower you. That's only going to put you into low vibrations, and that's not what we want here. With that, I also see a lot of people here, and if you're asking the same question over and over again, and I'm not listening to you, why would you want to do it more? And the reason why I mute most of the people that do that is because what they do is they just jam up the feed, and I'm not able to see it. They're not even present enough to receive an answer because there's so much in a desperation loop, and that's one of the reasons why I don't generally try to answer those questions, because that desperation doesn't allow for you to properly read the energy. All you're reading is the desperation loop. And so Sue Q wants to know, will you get through the stagnation phase? And that's a great healing question. So let's see what's going on within your stagnation. And Tani, if you want that answer, that's a skip the line option. That would be a $5 skip the line option because, okay, Chantel, what was your question? And so Sue Q, I'm gonna get to you as soon as I get to Chantel because she sent payment. And so let me go to my PayPal. And I just got it, Chantel. Okay, so all right. So you wanted a mini read. Give me the question that you wanted, Chantel. And this is where to skip the line's great because it gives you the option to just bypass everybody. Uh, and let's go from there. Let's start with what your question is, Chantel, and we'll go from there. And a general reading, you got it. All right, so let's see what's going on in your current energy, Chantel, and then let's see where we're going to do multiple decks. And for everybody, this $10 reading is very similar to my mini readings, a little shorter than the true mini, which is generally 25, but it's going to be multiple decks so we can really see what the energies are. And so for you, Chantel, first two things came out is Spirit, wow, jackpot and money. So the first two things that are they're coming out here, right, are giving money and winning money. And why are these two opposites here? Is because what Spirit is saying is that the more you allow money to flow out, it doesn't mean spend all your money that you have. More money is going to come in because what have you done? You've actually opened up the spigot, right, and allowed for that flow of money to go through. Because when we shut the spigot up and we stop spending, well, guess what? That's telling the universe, hey, I've got enough. I don't need any more money because I'm content with not having money. And so that's the first part of this. So let's see what else we have here. So Spirit's saying, make sure these two sides are flowing. And what else do we have for Chantel, Spirit? So the next set of cards we have for you, Chantel, are self-exploration, get a reading, and guess what you just did? It's just too funny. And live your dream. And so why are these also here, right? Because Spirit is telling you that right now there's some information that needs to come through, right? And when you're kind of connecting to yourself a little bit, I'm going to move it over here. You're going to start to remember a dream. And it might even come back in as a dream in this now moment very soon, where you're going to remember something that you always wanted to do or that you needed to do, and you lost it. You lost it in being an adult and all the drudgery and all the yuckiness of being an adult. And Spirit wants you to go back to that dream, find that dream. But how do you find it? It's by connecting to self. Remember, I said that we have uh, what do you call it? I have a meditation, and the meditation that I have is to connect to yourself, and it requires no visualizations. For people who, like me, they always struggle with meditation, and so try it out. Try connecting to yourself, and if you have a better meditation that you're comfortable with, please do that. And so let's see what we have here. Spirit, what else do you want to tell Chantel? And then I'm going to get you a couple more cards. Too many, Spirit. Let's take the two. All right. So Spirit's telling you again, get to know yourself. Really get in and deep and know yourself because you truly are unique, but you don't believe it. You don't truly believe how unique you are, and you don't truly believe in yourself. And it's time to start believing in yourself, right? These flames of desires, this comes back to your dreams. These dreams are here waiting for you, but just make sure you get to the dream, not to the illusion of what you are. And how do you do that? By really understanding yourself. And I'm going to pull this card up a little bit more. So if you look at this card here, right, you notice the mask, right? You can't even see it. I'm going to try to really pull it up. You can barely see the person's eyes, right? And you can only you can't see their face because that's also part of the mask. And there's a hat. You can't see the hair. This person has no idea who they are. And your spirit is saying you don't really understand who you are. You need to find out who you are, and you have to strip away all these false layers, all these illusions that you allowed people to tell you at any given point about yourself. And so we're going to see what's going on with your energy here. And Spirit, clear the energies of this deck. What is going on? And then I'm going to pull one more card from another deck. So for you, Chantel, door to personal happiness and healing. It's here, but you have to go through the door. There's a lot of caring connections wanting to come in, but you have to go through the door. And for you, the fifth chakra is your most important one to heal, which is speaking your truth, telling people what it is that you feel, that you want, that you need. Stop worrying about everybody else and focus on yourself for a little bit. And then I'm going to pull, I get called to pull from this deck here. It's one of my favorite decks. I generally only do it for private readings. It comes out when it comes out. And this is the Oracle of Light and Dreams. Beautiful, beautiful artistry on this deck. And so for this. Spirit, what else does Chantel need to know in this now moment? And that's the card. All right. And so Chantel, the last bit of it is the pumpkin patch. And do you see her? She's sitting there with all these gorgeous pumpkins, right? They're huge and they're beautiful in all different varieties, but she's not happy. She's just sitting there wishing, right? So for you, the overlying energy in your general is really connect into yourself and really find out who you are, because it seems like you're okay with yourself, but you don't realize all the beauty that's within you, and it's time for you to start figuring it out. So, Chantel, I hope that helps you. Let me know if that resonated within you. For the throat chakra healing, I do have some free stuff over on my YouTube channel. It is Silver Fox Spiritual, and that is going to help you to start speaking your truth a little bit. Do that, at least 4 or 5 times. I've got a bunch of throat chakra clearings. Make sure that you are doing it, because you really need to start connecting to self, meditating a little bit more, and at the same time, you need to really focus on getting to know yourself, because as you can get to know yourself, then you are going to find that the money's going to flow, the caring connections will flow, everything's going to flow, but it's a process. It's not going to happen all at once. I'm not going to promise you that, but the more you focus on yourself, the more you connect to yourself, the better things are. And so I appreciate you for trusting me for doing a mini. And for those of you who've seen, this is what a mini looks like for the most part. And this is why I put this option in for people who just really would like to spend the time, but they don't want to reschedule it. We skip the lines. That's the beauty of it. And thank you again, Chantel. I appreciate you. And so with that, I do believe that I have promised, who was it here? I promised Sue Q about the stagnation phase. So Sue Q, are you still here? Let me know. I'm going to put you back on the front line here. And for Victor, Jesse, and all the other people here, the one thing I ask for at first, right, and this is my ground rule, just make sure you post your question once. I do read them all. Repeating or spamming won't get you answered faster, just gets you muted. So let's keep it clean. And for the free readings, I am not doing any X chasing. Any X chasing is a $5, $10, or $15 option. What you just saw was a $10 option. And so, Sue Q, let's see what we have going on here. Victor, you actually posted it twice, but if you notice, you said, "Can I get a reading?" And then you're optimistic. What should I expect, right? So just can you get a reading, and I'll go from there. I'm not going to bust your balls too much because it wasn't the same question over, so I appreciate that. So for you, Sue Q, somebody's really just in your energies, and this is why you're stuck, because you're either holding on to those energies or somebody's in there. A single card reading is not going to tell me a lot about this, but fake accounts, fake social media accounts, this is somebody who's in that stalker energy, who's stuck on somebody. It doesn't mean they're actually stalking all the time. It just means somebody is stuck on your energy, or you're stuck on somebody's energy, and you're not letting it go. And because of that, that's why the stagnation is here, because you're either allowing them to stay in your energy, or at the same point, you're stuck on them and you're stuck in that stagnation phase until you let go. And letting go is probably one of the hardest things that you could ever do, especially when there's a big, deep soul contract involved with it. But you have to choose, and you have to start that choice. And then you have to start the process of letting go, layer by layer by layer. It's not easy. It's not fun, but it's something that you need to do. And so I hope that makes sense for you, Sue Q. And so with that, let's see who else has some questions. And Victor, I'll get your question in a second here. So let me just get a glass of water here. And so let's see what the energy is for you, Victor. So Spirit, clear the energies here in there. And let's see what we have. And for those of you who have gotten a free reading and it hit, please make sure you are hitting that gift button. This is my only income that I have. So please do do hit that and make sure you're liking, following, sharing. And again, for those of you who want to skip the line and would like either a single card, a single question read, a deeper spread, which is the $10 read, or the $15 light language healing, then make sure you're DMing me right here, or should I say you're putting it in the chat window that you have paid or you're about to pay, and then I'll get ready and just make sure you're putting your question in as well. So, Spirit, what do we have for Victor, Jesse, and Denise Lee? Thank you for the heart. If you're still here, if you have a question, let me know. So for you, Victor, Spirit's saying you have the ability to walk away from something, and you probably should. But you notice there's a gate here, right? You have to choose to go through the gate to walk away. So for you, you need to choose whether you're going to walk away or whether you're going to stick in it. If you stick in it, then more than likely you're going to be stuck for another cycle. If you choose to walk away, it's not going to be easy, but it's a choice, and the steps will happen to allow you to walk away. So that's your choice. And healing is always a choice. It's not something that happens automatically, not over time, because you'll just repeat the same things over and over again in time until you choose differently. So I hope that helps you, Victor. And with that, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And I am doing free readings today for people who are just joining. It's one card reading. If you want to skip the line, I have the option 5, 10, and 15, and that's for, 5's for a quick read out of one deck. $10 is a multiple deck read, and $15 is for people who truly need some light language healing. And so with that, otherwise, if you are going to ask a free question, I just ask that you post your question once. I do read them all. Repeating or spamming won't get you answered faster. It just gets you muted. And on the free readings, I don't do any ex chasing. Do they love me? Do they want to come back and reconcile? How do they feel about me? That's the paid reading option. So with that, let me know if anybody else has a question they would like answered. I've been on here for 47 minutes. We did a $10 reading, so people got a chance to see what that multiple card read looks like. And it's also very similar to what the readings that you would get if you wanted to book like a full reading with me. I do a Zoom one. It's what I call the full reading. It's $60, and we do 30 minutes of that reading. And then at the end, we actually do a light language healing to help. And so with that, let's see who else has questions here. And just remember the ground rules. Post your question once. And for the free readings, I don't do X chasing questions. Francis, I don't even need to pull a card for that. My answer is no, you won't. Because if you were a billionaire, you wouldn't be asking that question. Let's ask questions that empower you, not being silly. But I appreciate your sense of humor. So with that, let's see who else has any questions that would like to be answered. And for those of you who have gotten a free question here, do make sure you're liking, following, sharing, and subscribing, and hitting the gift button, because this is how I make my living here. So with that, do we have any more questions? Otherwise, I'm going to pull a card for the collective, and I'm going to probably answer maybe one or two more questions. So let's see what we got going on here. Spirit, what do we have for the collective? And Kelly, we'll pull the energies on that. So for the collective, the spider spirit saying, make your dreams real. So for a lot of you, you've had some really nice dreams over most of your lifetime. However, life gets in the middle of it. All the trauma, all the adulting, all the stuff that would normally just take you away from that dream. Like most kids, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be something, when they're younger, and then all of a sudden life hits and then they lose that dream. Spirit's saying, get back to that childlike wonder that you had, that dream, that impossible thing that could be possible if you choose and you actually focused on allowing it to happen. And that's the message from Spirit today. And Okatai, for that's a paid reading. I don't do any X chasing questions here on the free questions. That would be a $5 read if you're truly interested, and you can do that through PayPal. And so Kelly wants to know, Will you make the move to California? So let's let's assume that you're going to make the move because you got to choose to do that, and let's see when the energies are going to be good for you. And Alan, you'll be next after that. And just remember, everybody, we ask our questions once. I read them all. Spamming or asking 1,000 times only gets you muted. And if you truly need that answer right away, then look at the paid options that are up on the screen. For you, at a special date, and it's not the right time, and that's for Kelly's Tickety Talk, because for right now, the energies aren't good for you in California. There's a lot of crap going on out there too. But there may be a time where it is right. It's just not right yet. And Spirit's saying, come back in a little while, maybe it's 6 months or so, and see if the energies change, because that's the energies in this now moment. But that doesn't mean it has to be the energies all the time, because that changes at every choice you make, everything that happens. With that, just make sure you're patient on that. And please make sure that you do like, follow, share, and subscribe. If you have gotten a reading, and if it hits, hit the gift button. And so let's see where we're at here. So I believe Alan, I said you were going to be next. So let's see what we have for you, Alan. I feel it's a message from your higher self. And Angela, we'll get to you after Alan. And so for those of you who are just joining, please just make sure that you are just asking your question once. Asking more than once just gets you muted, or you're going to be pushed over to the skip the line option. And if you want to skip the line, I do have some options for some readings, ones that are a little deeper than what we normally do on the free stuff, and that's a $5, $10, and $15. It's on the screen there of what it is. And so for you, Alan, let's see what the message is. So, Alan, your higher self is saying to you, look for the signs that will guide you to the destiny that you've known all along. So, your higher self is saying, look, we're giving you signs. You're giving signs. You're getting signs, but you're not paying attention. Slow down, be present, start looking at things, be more aware, because there are signs that are guiding you. You're just not seeing it in this now moment. And you're welcome, Angela. And so let's see who else we have here. And thank you, Kelly TikTok, for the dolphin. I appreciate you. And so, Angela, let's see what we have for you. And Alan, I hope that makes sense for you, what we have. So, Angela would like to know what's going on in her energy. So, Spirit, let's see what's going on here. And for those of you who are just joining, I am doing a skip the line. So if you don't want to wait in line, you want a deeper read, then hit me up with your question and which one, the 5, the 10, or the $15 option in the comment window. Go to PayPal or Venmo and let me know in the chat window that you have paid, and I'll check it really quick. So for you, Angela, let's see what's in your energy. Is it Angela or Angela? I'm not sure which of the two sometimes. For you, the energies are of the temple path. And so why did you get the temple path? And a lot of people are being guided to my live because I just released a really mellow meditation, right? It's a meditation to be able to connect to self. And Spirit's saying that right now is the time for you to start connecting to yourself. When you see the temple path, it's time for you to start your healing journey, the connecting. And healing starts with connecting to self. I released a meditation. It's about 12 minutes long. And you notice the 12 on the on the card too. I'll hold it up. It's got a 12, so that's a double confirmation. It's about connecting to self. It's for people who have been meditation challenged, where they don't see the doors, they don't see the walls, they don't see the rooms. They just want to connect in, and it's easy, no conflict, super, super fast. Hold on, I have to do, just had to do the puzzle piece, so if it froze, that's because I had to they're just checking to see if I'm alive. And so for you, meditation is going to be good. It's time for you to go within. It's time for you to connect to yourself. It's time for you to start healing yourself. And it's my meditations both on my Silver Fox Spiritual on YouTube as well as TikTok. I generally don't put the healing stuff on TikTok, but this one I felt was one that really could be good for both the TikTok format and for a YouTube format. So I hope that helps you. And how are you doing, Ocean Waves? And I appreciate the heart me. Let's see what we have for you. I feel for you today, Ocean Waves, it's a higher self um, question here. So let's see what we have. And so for you, live in this world as a dreamer, right? Create a future paradise. And so why do you see this? Because it's time for you to find that inner child. And so when we see this, you see the look on her face, how she's got the little inner child, the wonder, wow, I'm just in la la dreamland. That's where you need to be in this point. So it's time for you to do an inner child healing. Your inner child is saying, I want to be that dreamer again. I want to believe in the magic. I want to believe that things are possible, even though everybody says they're impossible. And for you, that's where you need to be. So hopefully that helps you, Emily. And I have a lot of inner child healings over on my YouTube channel. And that's Silver Fox Spiritual. I'm pretty sure you know that channel already. So with that, let's see if we have anybody else that is looking for a question today. We are doing just finishing up the morning edition of live card pulls and questions and answers. And this is what I call the skip the line edition. You're going to see a couple editions here, but skip the line allows you to get a deeper read while we're still live, while we're still online. It'll push everybody back in the line while you get your reading, and that comes in a $5, $10, and $15 option. The 5 is just a quick one. Yeah, I would say really more as a one deck read than a one card read because you might get a couple cards out of that. The $10 a multi-deck read, and $15 is for anybody who wants to do any light language healings that they need in this now moment. And it allows you to get it right then and there, not waiting for anything. And so with that, we're coming on just about an hour. So I think I'm going to close out for this afternoon. I may come back a little bit later this afternoon to answer some more questions. The other ground rule I'm going to have on these skip the lines is the X chasing questions. They're all skip the line paid options because I really only want to focus my readings for free on things that empower people, that heal people, that help people not to feed their illusion. And so with that, thank you everybody for joining. Please make sure you have your notifications on so when I do go live, you're able to see it right away. And at the same time, visit my YouTube channel if you're really ready to go to your healing process, because over there I have close to 600 free videos, all light language, subliminals, meditations to help you on your healing journey for so many different situations. So with that, like, follow, share, and subscribe, and reach out if you're looking for your own deeper personal healing or reading. Have a great day.